Welcome to the CISO Daily Update.
Cyberattack on payment gateway exposes 1.7 million credit card details. Electronic payment gateway Slim CD suffered a cyberattack that exposed the credit card details of 1.7 million individuals. The breach occurred between August 2023 and June 2024, potentially allowing attackers to access sensitive information, including card numbers, expiration dates, names, and addresses. The company serves U.S. and Canadian merchants and notified affected individuals and law enforcement while advising vigilance against identity theft. Highline Public Schools hit by cyberattack, classes canceled. Serving 17,500 students near Seattle, Highline Public Schools canceled classes due to a cyberattack that compromised its technology systems. The district swiftly isolated its systems and is working with cybersecurity experts and authorities to restore and test them. This incident highlights a growing trend of cyberattacks targeting U.S. schools, which are vulnerable due to limited cybersecurity resources, yet handle vast amounts of sensitive data. The investigation is ongoing, and the district promises updates on operations. Nearly 1 million Wisconsin Medicare users had information leaked in MOVEit breach. Nearly 1 million Wisconsin Medicare users had sensitive personal information leaked during a cyberattack on the MOVEit file transfer service in 2023. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services and Wisconsin Physician Service Insurance Corporation are notifying affected individuals. Affected data included Social Security numbers, Medicare account details, and more. Although WPS initially applied a patch, later investigations revealed that hackers had accessed the data before the patch was implemented. In latest check-in, spy agencies describe ramp-up in election influence. U.S. intelligence services warn that foreign actors are increasing their efforts to influence the 2024 presidential election as it approaches. Officials reported increasing activity from nations such as Russia and Iran, both of which have a history of election interference. The United States government recently seized Russian-linked internet domains and charged Russian nationals with promoting pro-Kremlin propaganda. Iran has also been involved in cyberattacks against political campaigns. While China is less concerned about the presidential race, it is influencing lower-level political competitions. The situation remains fluid and shows no signs of decreasing. 2 arrested by FBI for credit card fraud could face 20 years in prison. Alex Kodarev and Pavel Kublitsky were indicted for their roles in operating the WWH Club dark web marketplace, which facilitated the sale of stolen credit card data and personal information. Both face charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and access device fraud, potentially facing up to 20 years in prison. The FBI's investigation revealed their involvement in running WH Club for a decade, and their lavish lifestyle funded by illicit gains led to the forfeiture of luxury cars. DigitalOcean's cooperation via a search warrant provided key evidence in the case. U.S. offers $10 million for info on Russian Cadet Blizzard hackers behind major attacks. The U.S. and international partners have officially attributed the Cadet Blizzard hacking group, linked to Russia's GRU Unit 29155, to major cyber attacks targeting global critical infrastructure since at least 2020. The group has focused on disrupting aid to Ukraine since early 2022, using tools like the Whispergate malware. 5 Russian officers have been indicted for their involvement in cyber attacks on NATO members and Ukraine. The U.S. is offering up to $10 million for information on the hackers. Progress Software fixed a maximum severity flaw in LoadMaster. Progress Software issued an emergency patch for a critical vulnerability, CVE 2024-7591, affecting its LoadMaster and LoadMaster multi-tenant hypervisor products. The flaw involves improper input validation and allows unauthenticated remote attackers to execute arbitrary commands via a specially crafted HTTP request targeting LoadMaster's management interface. Progress released an XML validation file as a fix and advises customers to update affected systems immediately. Although no attacks exploiting the vulnerability have been reported, users are urged to upgrade their implementations to secure their environments. Critical vulnerabilities disclosed in IBM webMethods integration server. IBM disclosed several critical vulnerabilities in its webMethods integration server, the most severe being CVE 2024-45076, which has a CVSS score of 9.9. This flaw allows authenticated users to upload and execute arbitrary files on the underlying OS, which poses a high risk due to its ease of exploitation. Other vulnerabilities include CVE 2024-45075 and 74. Affected users are urged to apply Corefix 14 via the Update Manager to mitigate these risks. Kibana vulnerabilities let attackers execute arbitrary code. Elastic disclosed two critical vulnerabilities, CVE 2024-37-288 and CVE 2024-37-285, affecting Kibana, a tool used with Elasticsearch. Both involve YAML deserialization flaws, potentially allowing arbitrary code execution. CVE 2024-37-288 impacts Kibana 8.15.0 via the Amazon Bedrock connector, while CVE 2024-37-285 requires specific privileges to exploit. Akira ransomware actively exploiting SonicWall Firewall RCE vulnerability. SonicWall disclosed a critical remote code execution vulnerability, CVE 2024-40766, in SonicOS on August 22, 2024. Initially not confirmed as actively exploited, recent updates indicate Akira ransomware affiliates are leveraging this flaw to compromise SSL VPN devices and exploiting local accounts lacking multi-factor authentication. The vulnerability affects multiple SonicWall firewalls running older SonicOS versions. SonicWall released updated firmware to address these issues, and users are advised to upgrade immediately, enable MFA, and reset SSL VPN account passwords. Additionally, disabling WAN management and SSL VPN access from the internet can help mitigate risks. End of an era. Security budget growth slows down. Security budget growth has slowed down, reflecting global economic uncertainty. While budgets increased modestly, the double-digit growth of 2021 and 2022 has not returned. The average increase is 8%, compared to 16% and 17% in previous years. Despite rising external threats, such as AI-driven attacks, hiring has slowed significantly, forcing CISOs to maximize existing resources. Budget growth trends vary by industry, with sectors like healthcare and consumer goods seeing declines. CISOs face the challenge of justifying investments while managing tighter fiscal constraints and limited staff expansion. DDoS attacks double with governments most targeted. DDoS attacks surged by 102% globally in the first half of 2024 compared to the same period in 2023, with the government sector experiencing a 116% increase. Government websites, particularly during elections, were primary targets, with France facing a severe attack in March. Entertainment and financial services were also heavily targeted. The rise in attacks is linked to more powerful botnets and increased use of multi-vector and carpet bombing strategies. Stormwall anticipates further increases as more elections occur.
Thanks for listening. Remember to subscribe to our newsletter at CISOheadlines.com. Until next time, stay curious.